Yo, it's good. It's your man, 100 Grand Russ with The Rock Never Stops. The NBA draft just dropped last night, and I want to dive into this because I feel like, the rich seem to just keep getting richer. And I want to focus on a couple of teams. It might be a little mini series where I dive into a few teams, but I believe in wholeheartedly, and I've said this in my Miami Heat a review of their season, losing in the NBA Finals. I said, double down on who you are. I said, double down. And I said the same thing with the Golden State Warriors when they lost in the playoffs. And I said, you know what? Don't lose sight of who you are. And I pointed out in that series against the Lakers that the reason why I knew they weren't going to win it is because they changed mid-series who they were. And I said, that's a no-no. When you're a championship team, when you're a veteran team, when you know who you are, you have an identity, you double down. And you believe in it. And you say, if you're going to beat me, you have to beat me at my best. And what I have always been, what I will continue to be, and what got me here in the first place. And so with that, I want to start with the Miami Heat. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaime Jaquez, a.k.a. the Latin Luka, a.k.a. Spanish Jimmy, as in Spanish Jimmy Butler. I love this kid's game. Let me be clear with y'all. Luka Doncic is not a far-fetched player comp for Jaime Jaquez or Jaime Jaquez Jr. You see, what Luka Doncic revealed in the NBA, and it's similar to a Nikola Jokic and even a Stephen Curry, is that it's not all about explosiveness. It's not all about a great first step, even though he has a really good first step. But if you understand the game and your body, footwork, nuance, angles, and you have a tight handle and skill level, you can be damn good. You can be killer in the NBA. And that's exactly what Luka Doncic is. He's killer. He's one of the top 10 players in the NBA. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Jaime Jaquez Jr. is going to come in and be Luka Doncic. But what I am saying is he's going to be one hell of a player for the Miami Heat. You see, I want to talk about a little bit about his accolades, a little bit about his persona, and his package that he brings to the basketball game. Let me start off by saying he's a leader. He is Heat culture to the T. He is gritty. He is tough. He is physical. He grinds. He loves to play the game of basketball. This is what reminds me also of Jimmy and Luka. These guys are gym rats. These guys are players who love to be on the court, who love to have the ball in their hands, just hearing the sound of the dribble, of the shot going through the net. These guys, you don't have to convince to show up to practice. You don't have to convince them to show up to the training room to get ready for games. You don't have to get them hyped for games. These are two individuals who come in with hype. These are two individuals who love to be a part of the team, who love to be there with their teammates, making plays, cheering each other on. These guys are ballers. They're hoopers. These guys that'll be playing at the age of 57 as much as they're playing at the age of 27. Jaime Jaquez Jr. at 22 years old is also seasoned. He's seasoned. And that is a big thing when it comes to Heat culture and the Miami Heat. He's a guy that has stayed all 4 years at the University of UCLA. I don't know what it stands for. UCLA, we all know where it is, in LA. But he stayed all 4 years. He's refined his game. He's been in big game situations. He's taken big shots. He's not scared of the moment. He's somebody that his team, as a senior, they've been able to look to, I think, for over the past couple of seasons. But he's been there for a while as a leader, as a starter on this team. He's somebody that can be relied upon to take the big shot. He's somebody that knows how to make the right play. He's somebody that the coaches can trust, and that's big. Because for Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat, not just anybody is going to get minutes. Nikola Jovic, high draft pick a year ago, barely saw the court last year. Despite all of his skill and his talent, you've got to earn your place. You have to earn the trust. You have to earn Heat culture credits that gets you minutes. Max Strus has earned those minutes. Gabe Vincent earned those minutes. To play for the Miami Heat, to get on the court, you have shown up day in and day out and proven that you deserve those minutes, because once you get it, the team is leaning on you. And Jaime Jaquez Jr. is no stranger to being leaned on. Now let's get into his game a little bit. At about 6'7", about 210, 215 pounds, he's got an old school grown man's game. And this is where the Luka Doncic, Jimmy Butler comparisons come in, because it's not built around explosiveness. It's built around footwork, toughness, angles, and getting to your spots. He's a guy that already knows where he scores best at, how he likes to get his shot, and what is the best situation for him. He's not going to have to be told that that's not a shot for you. He's not going to have to be righted by assistant coaches like, hey, that's not a good quality shot for you. He knows his game. He knows how he's going to contribute on the offensive end. He reminds me actually a lot of David Roddy last season, who was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies, who came in a already refined package. He knew what he was doing. The coaches knew what he was doing. And once he got his confidence right, he refined his game in the G League a little bit, and he started getting minutes, it was hard to get him off the court. Because this kid knew what he was doing. This young man came in with a grown man's game. Jaime Jaquez has the footwork. He can take you off the bounce with a tight handle. I'm telling you, watch his highlights. Watch his pre-draft highlight reel, scouting report. And you see how he creates his shots with his handle. Looks a lot like Luka. How he gets into that little mid-post, elbow, short wing area, just like Jimmy. Posts up when he has a mismatch, and he can post up anybody his size or smaller. He's not going to do too much. He's not trying to do step back, step back. He's not trying to look flashy. He goes right into his game, right into his scoring package. And this is what I love about it, because it's something that I learned from T-Mac when he was with the Orlando Magic. Tracy McGrady, one of the greatest scorers of all time in the NBA. He said that when he got to the Orlando Magic with head coach Hubert Davis, he said one of the first things that he had to learn how to do is have his go-to move. And then when he had his go-to move, he created a counter for that move. And then he created another counter for that move. And then he would begin to build counters for his counters. So that no matter where he was, whatever shot that he went into, he had a shot for whatever the defense was going to try to do. And so no matter what, he was taking a great shot. When you watch Jaime Jaquez Jr., a.k.a. Latin Luka, a.k.a. Spanish Jimmy, he knows exactly what he's doing out there on the offensive end. But this is what I also want to throw out there, is he's also a damn good defender. Look, he's not the type of defender that's like the Mikal Bridges with long arms. He's not the super strong Kawhi Leonard. He's not the ultra athletic defenders like maybe a Aaron Gordon or even a Bruce Brown. He's that solid defender, the type that when you saw him on the court at a pickup game, at the YMCA, at the 24-hour fitness, you hope that he didn't guard you, because he's not going to fall for the fakes. He's not going to fall for the okie doke. He's not going to get crossed over much. He's going to stay down. He'll always be in a stance. He's physical. He doesn't mind bodying up. He keeps his hands up, arms up. He's going to challenge each and every shot. And you know it's just going to be a long night. You may have a good game against him, but every shot was contested. Every shot was tough. And you had to have your A game to have a good game against him. A+ game to have a great game against him. And that's what you want from most defenders. And that truly is Heat culture. Look, Gabe Vincent and Max Strus are never going to be on an all-defensive team. But you're never quite just going to take advantage of them either. Because they're going to utilize their team defense, stay within the defensive scheme. They're going to know the scouting report and the package. And they are going to make sure that they are in the right place every single time, challenging every single shot. You have to play great against them to have a good game. And Jaime Jaquez Jr. is going to be the same type of player. Now, the beautiful thing about it that I really appreciate about the Miami Heat is that they're bringing him in to play a position of need. As a forward, he might be able to play some, big guard, but he's really going to play at that small forward position, right behind Jimmy Butler. He's going to spell Jimmy Butler because Jimmy is still pretty much only good for about 50 to 60 games throughout the regular season, and that's okay. We can accept that he's going to take us to the promised land. He's going to get us to the finals. But Jaime Jaquez Jr. is going to be somebody that you can play at that small forward position, knowing that you're not going to lose too much with him. He's going to be a guy that you can plug in and know that he's going to play at a high level for him. And so I expect Jaime Jaquez to come in there and literally get minutes right off the bat, starting off with maybe 15 to 20 minutes a game. He's a senior. He's an elder statesman with an old school game. And most importantly, he's a Heat culture guy. Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, good job. You doubled down. No more Tyler Heroes where you're trying to make them fit. You're just getting the guys that fit already. Jaime Jaquez Jr., welcome to the Miami Heat. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me. Trying to get to 1,000 subs, so subscribe if you enjoyed it. And hit the bell for notifications for more videos I drop almost every day. Holla at y'all next time. Peace.